Yeah, this is the reality of manifestation, part two. I'm just talking about like manifestation and all that. So, manifesting, you know, you know, what does like manifesting mean? Like manifest, like people infest, like a festival. Like many people go to a fest. You know what I'm saying? How does that tie to like manifestation? Basically like gathering your thoughts around to think a certain way so it could open to a different many infinite possibilities to happen, to come true in your reality, because there's many and infinite possibilities. And that is what you're doing. You're gathering your thoughts, many thoughts. You think like around 10,000 thoughts a day. The brain processes around 40 million bits of information every second, bro. Like, it's crazy. Look at the information that you're processing. And look at the reality you have. It's so weird. These weird things happen. People acting funny. Because your brain, bro, is processing that. And you have just been conditioned in your life. Why there's certain blockages inside of you. You know? It didn't take you super long for things to come into your life. I'll say a year at most should be a minimum, a maximum, but things didn't take long to transpire. But you already know how this world is and how conditioning, the thoughts that people have, the people we surround, it's all affecting our state, our emotional state, and our psyche. So it's making us kind of perverted in the energy that we're sending out, and it's kind of restraining us. So we're not putting the right energy out to be able to, you know, manifest and change our life. We're not seeing the results. So every day you wake up, bro, walk away from the environment, changes your input, bro. Change the way you think, the way you like feel certain things. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta understand that the way you think creates a belief. You know, that belief creates a feeling, an emotion that you feel. A feel, right? When you feel something, it's like it's a field. It creates a field. And that field is a vibration, right? That vibration is a magnet. It has velocity, so it can draw things like a magnet. Like the magnets are attracted to each other. You're actually repelling things, or they're not coming at all. Your magnetic pull is weak. You have to increase that by building a volume, intensity, and a feeling of what you desire. It's not about acting like you don't care. You don't want it. Because it could backfire. It could come and it could just, you know, slip away from you because it's like you want the thing, but you acting like you don't want it because, you know, the scarcity mindset. And then when you get it and it leaves, now you're pissed off instead of just being abundant. You know, that's what they tell you. Act like you don't care and detach. Nah, bro. I don't really think you should do that. You know? You need to change the way you think of certain things. Like, you may seem delusional, but just the desire, whatever you have, you gotta just change that. Whatever, you gotta go to the core and change your mindset or whatever. You gotta think that. You gotta build that up every day. You know what I'm saying? If people telling you this and that, you can't do this, turn your volume up. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Or they say, move in silence. The reason why they tell you move in silence is because silence speak. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is really truly silent. Everything is sound. You know what I'm saying? You know how you can feel something, but you can't hear it because that's sound, that's vibration, that's waves. It's like when you talk to somebody that's quiet, they give you the silent treatment, you can feel that dis and that pull because it's the wave. You know what I'm saying? It's the emotional mechanism that the person is at. So, and that's just what it is. You got to create that input. It don't matter what people think or how it is. You got to do that every single day. And things that happen. Like you have a field, right? And you have an actual field, and there's a landscape. You're creating a landscape. So your field could, fit at. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't have it, then you're not gonna get what you want, or it's not gonna properly like digest inside of your system, or whatever. And then weird things are gonna happen. It may come and go, but you want to just manifest. You want to keep manifesting your life. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. You know. So you have to do this every single day. Change your input and build it every single day. That thought, that feeling, that motion, create it. So if you create that emotion that you have could literally take over your body, make you feel certain things, so it could change your altering state. You know how you're in an altering state, you feel like high. I'm not saying you got to be high. You're more like lightweight. You're more happy with that. You're more, you feel like you're in control of everything, even when things are kind of funny. Like that, you're changing your vibration, your field, and that's when things happen. It's not that you didn't care. It's just that, you built that, that velocity. So now you have a full force. So it's like you really don't care. You're not lacking. That's what you got to do. It's a mind trick. Just because you see things that you don't have physically in your face, don't mean you can't have it energetically. It's a reverse engineering. There's things you can see microscopic. You can't really see with your own eyes. You got to use like a microscope or like a telescope. You may be building these little antimatter fragments or energy points without even knowing, without even seeing with your two eyes, with these basic set of functions. So think of it like that. Instead of building matter and materializing, it's building antimatter. It's deleting. So you want to reverse engineer that. You know what I'm saying? You want to turn it around. That is what you got to do. People are telling you to move backwards. Telling you don't care and attach. If you don't care and you detach, then some things will happen transpire because that field, you create a distance, a magnet. And if it comes, you're going to kind of like, it's like trying to like detach from like doing drugs without caring. Like if it's the right amount, the dose, it could slip you up, and that could be your demise. And that's the same that could happen. So you could get that thing, act like you don't care, and bro, you could slip up. It could take over you because it's not real. Instead of just building and having that emotion, emotion. I said you gotta create motion, energy, emotion. That is what you gotta do. Energetic motion. You know how somebody is mad and they spaz out? That's motion. They flare up and they fight somebody. They hurt somebody, or they do something else, or they calm down. They chill out. That is what you got to do energetically every single day. But you don't look like that because people haven't told you that, oh, you have to detach and not care. No, then that's what you're going to get. Because people are going to feel like, hey, you don't care about me, you're this. Like, I ain't going to say that. And he comes off as like nonchalant. That is what you're doing out in that. That's what you're putting out in the air. Like, and you wonder why people just don't talk to you or that, like, or things are not happening because you come off as nonchalant. You got to change your energy input, and that will be recognized as the output. It has to. Of course, there's like, weird things that happen in this world and the complicated ways. Yeah, bro, that's just to stir you along, bro. The illusions and all this bull crap. It's just to stir you along. Don't pay attention to that. Actually just take that energy, like, just take it. Just fuel you to build that energy. That is what you have to do. so things could draw in your life. Building that friction so it can elevate your energy. You know, as things elevate, it can hold a lot. The compact. That's what you got to do. Things can happen. To create things, you need a lot of force. I'm not saying you have to be strong. It all starts from somewhere. Everything starts to like in tiny droplets and it big because of the force, the impact. You know, literally, you literally have to. It's like you using a shovel to dig for a little piece of rock that may be shiny or whatever, and it's like you done all that for this little shiny rock, but that rock, whatever, could be valuable, and you know that. You gotta look at that as that, the things you have is valuable, and just keep building on it. Not because that you really want it, that's because it's the energy, it's authentic, you know, so things can take place. You can put the right energy out. That's what it is. Like I told you, that happened where I had got two $50 bills given to me because I just knew something was gonna happen. I felt it, and I just moved in a way that it would just happen. Like, just felt it, just looking around, and that energy just came right at me, bro. And I made $100 that day, and I didn't even do nothing. I didn't do no business, deal, transaction. It just, some people just gave it to me, you know. When you just build your this energy, your your aura changes, people are just gonna be delighted to give it to you, and these are gonna transpire. Of course, people don't believe in it because I guess they've been misled, or just the way they mind, it sounds like a bunch of bogus, you know. But you gotta really look at it for what it is, you know. Especially with this English language, it's like, it's the whole English language is like a riddle, like it's like wordplay. So you gotta look at it, you know. It may just be right up like in front of you. You go wonder why things are not happening, you know. Especially the mindset you have. So you got to kind of have to change that. Just as putting an input in you. And that feeling, you wonder why you're just mad at certain things, you want to hear it because of that. You got to change that energy. You wonder why your life is looking funny and shit. So that's what it is, guys. The reality of manifesting, you know, this is what I think personally about manifesting. It has to kind of beat us. Just the reality of manifesting, creating that desire and building it, you know. So if you want to start a car, you got to put gas in it. You can't start a car without gas. You got to have fuel, whatever. There's some people who even put vegetable oil, whatever, in the car because it needs fuel. You got to create fuel inside of you, you know, this matter inside of you, this little antimatter you may not see, you or whatever, because you think a certain way because you can't see it, but you got to build it. It's there, it's present. You got to build it, and you're going to see things just happen in your reality. Of course, in instances, through people, animals, whatever. Yeah, man.